Good morning. We're back with Tinkering with Trent and the fatBob. So the last video, we got the front fairing and the lowers on. Now we're gonna go to the back of the bike. Right here I have a set of ST style bags from Speedwell Supply. This should be a pretty straightforward install. Hopefully we can work this one all the way through. I just need to put the brackets up on the frame rails. I already have the dong things that these brackets slide into on the bike, and then we'll put the bags on the bike. We're gonna see how bad it looks with the fatBob fender, because this is the fatBob fender. It's got that little dovetail. I have the license plate like under it, so it should take up some room, but these bags will be longer than the fender, which might look terrible, might look okay. We're gonna find out. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. So I'm leaving like all this on, tail light, you know, blinkers, whatever, everything, license plate. We'll just have some bags here. So first things first, they supply you with all the bag mounts you need, which it also comes with removable sissy bar brackets, which is really nice. I do indeed like that a lot. There's one, two. Okay, so there's front and rear on these. So the wider standoff for the front, the thinner guy for the back. That's for the sissy bar mount. I only know that because I did this install on Becca's ST. She has an actual ST, and we put the sissy bar mounts on her ST. Okay, do the same on the other side. Bracket bolts to the bag. This is gonna be a motherfucker. There we go, get that guy started. Yeah, bolts in through the inside. And then sandwiches the inner part of the bag. I have them kind of snugged up, but still pretty loose just for mock-up purposes. Okay. These are actually pretty close to the factory bag. They feel pretty good. Let's see here. This is kind of a pain in the ass, but you just slide them onto that dong there. And I have got like a mile to go. I'm gonna file some of this powder coat out of here because it's really thick powder. Just get a little file. Powder coat's so thick on this stuff. Let's see here. Real tight fit. Bringing the power tools out. Just knocking some powder coat off. It's got nothing to do with the bracket or anything like that. Just powder coat's real thick. So, which I'm still a mile off. So, yeah. Okay, so come back here. So I'm on up front, but I need to get probably another 1.5 inches. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull that bracket off and see if I could flip it to bring this guy forward more. Yeah, so I had put this on yesterday without June here. So this is how I had it on here before, with this facing back. I'm gonna try and see if maybe I could find a way to get it forward or use the bracket that Stealth sent, the penis-shaped bracket that I got here. See if that'll move it forward, moves it back. Shit. I should add, on their website it says they don't have one for the fatBob, and I think this is why. Maybe the frame rail is a little bit too close. So we might be making a bracket. By we, I mean Ryan. Ryan might be making a bracket. Or if I could figure something else out. So I jinxed myself by saying this is gonna be a pretty straightforward install, but it's usually how things go around here. So let's see where I need it to be for it to land.
Sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled program, but I want to talk to you about everything that's on Kruesi Originals. We've got a whole bunch of stuff on this bike right here that we built for Noah a while back. Just came back in because He put his chest through the gas tank. It was pretty aggressive. But it's blasted in all of our parts, and all of our parts are on KruesiOriginals.com. And for every $5 you spend on there, it enters you in a chance to win the stunt tail. As of right now, there's about 25 days left to enter. This is a custom-built 08 night train. It is a monster. If you don't know anything about it, go check out the stunt tail playlist. There's years of build series on this bike. Thank you. Peace.
Man. Nope. Spacer. Huh. Shit ain't fitting at all. Well, this shit ain't fitting up at all, so I'm gonna take this bracket out and see if I can at least get the bags to sit up there with these guys on. Okay, so I kind of got it halfway on here. Pretty sure we could make this work. It needs to come this way. It needs to come up just a little bit, but honestly, it doesn't look terrible with the fender. I don't know. It definitely sticks lower than the, I don't know. Kind of looks like shit. Not really. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna look, honestly.
I think I really like it. This follows this actually really well, the license plate.
Yeah, but look where this thing needs to fall. That's where it's supposed to be.
So you want to be in that molding for sure.
Yeah. We could change the bracket. I just need Ryan to get on it. Bolt this guy up. This guy's on there pretty good on it. I need to do that same thing for the back guy over here. So the fatBob fender rails are wider up front than they are in the back, so you got to space the back mount to even it out a little bit, which it's still pretty off. I need to space it more. That might be what's going on over there. This guy's out farther than this guy. Now let's see this bracket. This bracket's longer. I don't think it needs to be. Yeah, it's just off by like, okay, we just need to make new brackets, which is easier said than done, 100%. How does it look from the back? Looks a little weird from the back, if I'm being honest. Take a look at it. Yeah. It is like open and shit too, but I'm gonna leave that there. Let Ryan get some eyes on it and see what's going on with the brackets, and then we'll go from there. So we'll check back in with you in a little bit. It doesn't look terrible. No, it doesn't. But I need you to make me brackets.
What?
Come check this out. We need to just modify these guys so that they land where they need to land.
Because the fatBob rails are so much different.
Yeah.
I need to bolt it to the bag, and then I gotta just take some looks at it. Might just be able to put some bends in it.
Yeah, fancy bends.
As short as this is, as soon as I like did a dog bone into it, you'd probably be dialed. You don't want it to be bent too much, because then it's gonna be a
floppy.
It's gonna be a flaccid stand. It's a loud vacuum over there. Well, this is what I'm coming back to.
He's coming back to some more work.
Yeah, they don't make these for the fatBob. Clearly why. It does look really nice. Didn't know about this company. I know the owner. Didn't know he was doing this. Trent talked to them. They made it happen. They showed up. I had my doubts on an actual quality ST bag being made, because a lot of aftermarket bags are fiberglass and stuff like that, and it's really hard to pop something like this. These kind of lines. And then this, like, it even has the slow action, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really nice.
It looks like a factory saddlebag. Well done, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna bolt the brackets back onto the bags and see where they need to land and how we can make that happen. It came with the sissy bar brackets, yeah.
Can you run it without the sissy bar brackets and get it closer to the bike?
Probably.
I don't know if you can hear me. I'm over here just mumbling and staring at stuff, but it comes with sissy bar brackets, which is really nice, but if you're not gonna run a sissy bar, you could maybe bring it in like a ½ inch and get it just a little tighter on the bike, which it's not out there very far, but you would have to manipulate that bottom bracket as well once you adjusted this, so that would be more of a job. Then you could probably, you can do it. You can do it. Probably not, but.
We'll get back with you. Okay, so for this mock-up, I need to take the footrest off. Just need to pop this guy off. I gotta pull the passenger foot pegs off, like the mounts and everything, to get these mocked up, so we can see where we need to bend things for things to land in place where they need to land and go. for these bags. So Ryan right now is f***ing around with the bracket.
I'm gonna have to set the bender up.
He's gonna have to set the bender up.
Yeah, she's gonna need a real bender.
She's gonna
Bend the material. And I'm only a mere airbender.
Brought drinks.
Might be time to pop out with the rosebud. This way at home it sounds normal to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Probably need a microphone.
Okay.
So this is where it's supposed to go. This is where it is, the little crab pinchers. So I need to get this to here, which I'm gonna get it bent in the area that it needs to be, and then if I have to shorten it, I'll shorten it from there. But I want to at least get in the general vicinity. So I'm probably just gonna go stick it in a vise, hit it with a rosebud. I'm gonna burn the powder coat right off this thing. It's gonna need to go get repowder coated, but we'll go from there. I'm gonna start on the other side because it's already unbolted. And we got a brand new oxyacetylene torch. And I haven't used an oxyacetylene since I worked in a sawmill as a millwright in like 2005. I think I left there in 2006. Been a long time. So I'm gonna figure that out. You can watch that happen. Might be embarrassing.
This'll be fun.
This'll be fun, guys. You get till you got the soot, and then you bring her down to a nice white. Well, those things are gonna get bright red when it's ready. It could be there already. See those little white flames sticking out there?
Yeah.
That's the hot shit. Out there they call that the hot shit. Yeah, baby. Did you fuck me with these sunglasses on? Oh, I'd fuck me. Now we're gonna let that cool for a ridiculous amount of time. And, oh, it's a smoky one in here. And then we'll test fit it, and then we'll get it really hot again. And we'll let it cool for a ridiculous amount of time, and then we'll test fit it. So, I got some media decks to work on. I'm gonna go do that. Come back to this. Back to you, Trent.
So what was supposed to be a pretty easy bolt-on install never ends up being that way.
What are these bags meant for, though?
Not a fatBob. So they have brackets for the Sport Glide, the Lowrider, the Street Bob, pretty much every other Softail but the fatBob.
The fatBob is a fat bastard child of the Harley Davidson that no one likes.
And it was discontinued, apparently.
We did not know this when we bought this. We decided to build a fatBob to try and make the fatBob cool again, and then we found out, well, they gave up on them shits already.
We didn't get one in time.
No, it is a great bike. It's too bad that it's discontinued because the platform is fantastic for building a shredder, but they fit everything else pretty much.
Yeah, they fit everything else, should bolt right on, you shouldn't have an issue. It's just the frame rails on the fatBob are so different because of this semi-ugly rear fender.
And the seating position. The frame rails, everything is up and moved way forward. The seat is way higher and way more forward. On the fatBob, all the rest of the Softails are cut real deep like a traditional Softail. So this is just a much better seating position, but puts things in a different location.
Which for us, like me, vertically challenged over here, the seating position is what I was going for. That's kind of everything to me.
Which nobody else is going to have this fatBob.
There's going to be one in existence. Will it be for sale?
There can only
Probably.
be one.
Now we wait. We'll get back to you.
Here we go, bend number 2. Bringing her back. It's just a whole lot of eyeballing right now. Guessing and pondering and hoping for the best. Woo! You don't want to set off the acetylene first. I wanted to try it out, but she's loud. Let's go. We'll just color right there for a little bit. As the eye gauges, so does the wandering soul. Eee! I need to take a little bend out of this, bring this back a little bit. We're getting pretty close. It's a real bitch to fit up in here and try and make all this work because it wants to line up with the wrong shit. So this dude should be up here. This guy's clearly too long. God damn it. Did it to myself again. Woo! I'm straightening this guy out right now so I can kind of start fresh. The bend that is in at factory doesn't meet my needs. So now I got a bit of a straighter rod. I want this little kick out right here, but I'm gonna move the bend to right here. And I'm just gonna go perpendicular to this guy right here. Gloves and all, dialed. But yeah, I'm gonna go perpendicular to homeboy. Just move this bitch where I want it to go for the most part. This thing's handier in the pocket on a shirt though, I tell you what. It don't matter, it just gets me every time. I don't need that stress. Just gotta let it cool down again. I'm gonna go back doing something else. Wow.
Almost. It needs to come back, like maybe bend this guy more.
So it's too short now?
No, it's too long. Barely.
I think I'm gonna have to cut it and weld it.
You're gonna have to cut it?
A bunch. See, we lined up, all of our alignment is good, but realistically we should be up there. Or just a little long. Pippi Longstocking.
Just a little long.
That's what she said. Here, take this dude off and bolt this motherfucker up for me, and then let's take another look up in there. So you see where we're at? This is not right. When she swings, it's gonna come back and then cut it from there. I'm talking to myself right now. Right now I'm just gonna mark top of center, so when I go bend this thing again, I have a guideline. Like a gun sight, basically, I'm gonna line that up, and I know that I need to rotate this way. So the top is going to bend down, away from the line. I'm gonna make one more bend, and then I'm gonna have you cut this, I'll mark it for you, and then we can cut out a chunk from there, and then I'll zap
weld it back together.
Yeah, pull her off there. Meanwhile, I'm gonna put some moto bars in the Nightster. I'm so excited. Bars, risers, gauge relocation, all the dope stuff. I'm gonna go do that right now. We're gonna film that video. It'll be coming out soon, so make sure you like and subscribe. Ring that bell so you don't miss any of this. Well, it moved a lot at the end of a long distance. So, like June just said, it looked like it moved a lot, but I was bending down here at the end of this length. Whatever much it moves here, it's only like 1/8 of that down here. So if I need 1 inch down here, I need to go like 3 inches up here, you know what I mean? Leverage. Leverage. But I'd rather go a little tiny bit at a time and just double check everything and take my time. I got time, man. That's all we got. Time's all we got, brother. The only thing free in life is growing your hair. There it is. Trent is going to cut a little chunk out of here. We're going to leave a little extra on there so I can line it up and manipulate it, which I might possibly need this over on the lift over by the table so I can zap it up over there. Yep, pop her down and move her on down the road. We're going next door.
Okay, so back on this, as you know, like Ryan said earlier, he's filming the handlebar video on the Nightster over there while I'm over here working on the fatBob. Ryan bent this bracket up to where we needed it to go and then marked off where he wanted me to cut it and shorten it. So I did that, cut it. I cut probably, let's see, about 1 inch off. I'd say that's about 1 inch, right? Just under 1 inch. Rounded off, you know, the cuts, cleaned it up, brought the powder coat back so he can tack and weld this guy together, and then that's where she's gonna sit, and then that bracket needs to go to powder coat, and then we need to do the other side still, which could have been done, but he got excited about the Nightster handlebar, so then he stopped what he was doing here and then went on to the Nightster bar. That'll continue another day. It'll probably be like a week from now, but we'll cut to see you guys after Mexico.
Good morning. We just had a revelation. Trent's been waiting on his headlight bracket for the Shark Demon to come in because we lost it, probably threw it away. And what'd you discover, Trent? Tell the news.
I was waiting for Ryan to pull this lift back, and I was looking up in here, and I was just looking at this big empty space where a headlight should be. Come check it out. It's pretty amazing. So, you know, there's the plug and then a big empty space where a headlight would go. And then I saw out of the corner of my eye on the sides, these are mounts for a Shark Demon or LP6. At least that's exactly what mounts for a Shark Demon or LP6 look like. So that's what I'm going to assume that they are. And that's what I'm going to use them as.
It looks like it's Like they thought of everything. You could put a regular headlight ring in here and put the normal style headlight and do that. Or it's already set up and ready to go for a headlight.
It's already set up.
Saves you a ton of money. That's why you read the f***ing directions.
That's why you
Headlight would have been
directions.
in 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, well now I can go in. That's
All
nice.
right, let's do some dragging.
That's splendid. Ready?
Yep. Good.
So this is our LP6 Shark Demon headlight mount with our eyebrow and relocation kit all set up right there. This is what I had on the fatBob. These do fit fatBobs on our website, the 49mm relocation headlight, I think is what it's called. But this is exactly what it looks like on the inside of that fairing. It's got 2 holes, 1 slotted for adjustment. You know, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it probably works.
This thing's gonna be sick.
Yeah, that looks dope though, but I'm gonna have to pull the inner and outer fairing off the bike and mount it from the inside because she's a little wider out back than up here, so she probably slips in, bolts in, and then everything goes up and in. We found out, look at this, they have LP6 Shark Demon mounts in the f***ing fairing already.
Yeah, that was a big selling point of it when they released it.
You knew that? Tommy knew this. I had no idea. Tommy f***ing knew this whole time. Maybe we should talk to Tom a little more.
We had to shorten this a bunch. I reshaped it already, saw that, and I'm just getting it fitted, and then I'm gonna weld it. I need to grind it off just a little bit though. I'm gonna go find a grinder. I'll be back. The fitment's not real great on this. I gotta kind of force it down a little bit, which also brings the bag up where it should be because the bag's kind of hanging a little low. We're gonna push it up. But I got a holder in that place and weld left-handed. It's not really in my skill set. Oh no, I can do it right. Thank you, Jesus. I'm just gonna fuse weld this and then try and weld it on the bike as best I can so it doesn't move a bunch on me. All right, I'm gonna get some stick and start filling that in.
So I'm gonna pull the bracket off so Ryan can finish weld it on the bench. Just wanna show you guys how easy it is for this to come off. So I'm pretty sure the ST bags are set up the same like the factory ones. One touch like the newer baggers, like the Rushmore up baggers. And then if you look in here, there's this little knob. See the knob? Knob. Pull it out, pull it up. Once this lever back here is up, give her a little pop, she's off.
And you could run it kind of naked too. That would be. It looks good both ways.
Yeah, and he sends the hardware for backrest, detach backrest.
Oh yeah, sissy bar. Put that belt weld bag back there.
Oh yeah,
Saddlebags. Loaded
touring
down,
machine.
Heading to Texas.
Heading to Texas, brother.
We're gonna ride to Texas for the event December 14th at Cowboy Harley Davidson in Austin. That was where we meet up against Blockhead for the build-off final. Go head to head with our 2 bikes. Me and Trent are gonna ride out there from here. It's gonna be freezing cold. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And then we're gonna do stunt shows out there. There's gonna be a bike show and then a People's Choice Award. Like you guys choose which one of us wins the build-off. And then we're getting a trophy from Harley Davidson. I hope that shit's cool. I want that trophy.
Where's your
I want
phone?
that trophy really bad. Make
Real
sure you're
bad.
there. Show up and vote for Kruesi Originals. We would love you for that. Getting it done though, I feel real dehydrated. It's Arizona, it's dry out here. You start to crack and turn into a cinder block. This might be hot. Welded, new piece. We're gonna put it on one more time once it cools down and make sure that it actually fits, fully bolted up and secure, and it's dialed. It goes like this, and then it goes to powder coat. I still have to make one more though. It's the best part about making saddlebag parts. You always gotta make another one.
So I am gonna put this headlight in this fairing now because I know that it'll work now. Read the directions. Ryan's gonna build the other side bracket for that bag. So while he does that, I'm gonna do this and you'll probably see it all go down.
It's going down. My work is done here for some time now.
So the bracket's already on the outer fairing. I can't believe I didn't see that. I didn't notice it. I wasn't paying attention, clearly.
We're clearly totally hip to everything that's going on in the motorcycle world.
There is that too.
I don't keep up on anything.
No.
I'm not a social media guy. I know we're on social media doing all this social media stuff all the time, but I don't really like.
I don't spend time looking at shit, no.
We're out of the loop.
Kind
feel
of
like
just
we're just
in our own world, really.
Busy creating the things that we want to create. Oh no, we're hitting right here too. That's a tight fit, like a tiger.
Why don't we unbolt it from the fairing and then put it on outside of the fairing?
If we'd read the directions. Whoa! Right now we're just playing.
Jesus Christ!
That's a scratch-free light right there.
Why am I not surprised? Metric hardware.
Everything is these days.
So while fitting the light into this bracket on the fairing, it kind of looks like it would just be easier to pull this bracket out of the fairing, put it on the light, and then put everything in the fairing as one.
It's keyed too, so you can't put it in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, this doesn't really line up with the holes all that well.
Probably because it's getting spread out. The hole's too small.
The bracket's too small. Look at that.
Get the old drill ski out. We gotta drill the holes out. I think the hardware on the Shark Demon is a bigger diameter, just barely, than the Baja Designs, which is probably what this is made for. So we gotta make the holes just a hair bigger.
Bolt check. Fits. Still don't fit down there. Still don't fit down there. Okay, so I need to take off more material. Fits. All right. Dude, the bolt spread on them's wrong too.
Just bring this dude down and just oversize it for the around the hole where it should fit.
Mm-hmm.
And then oversize it, and then you're gonna have to mount the on the bike and see where the headlight angle is, and then you're gonna have to pull it back off and adjust it from there.
Okay, this was quite a pain in my ass, is what this was. I had to open up first I had to drill out the holes because the holes were too small for the bolts that go into the headlight. So I had to drill that out, and then the hole that has the adjustment, I had to hog a whole bunch of that out so the holes actually lined up. I don't know what's different, because in our headlight kit, the bolt pattern on the LP6 and the Shark Demon are pretty much the same. The Shark Demon's actually a little bit narrower than the LP6. Anyway, I got it in there. I had to do a lot of grinding, a lot of beating, a lot of like manipulating. I like broke these bolts loose. I had to like manipulate the bracket and then get these bolts started. Yeah, it was a headache. I don't know if I got a different headlight setup or what. I don't really know, but it's in. I don't know how much adjustment I'll have because the headlight's pretty tight in that hole, but she's in there. She's bolted in. I'm gonna bolt it up. Hopefully it just works out the way things tend to do for Ryan.
It's not right if it's not Ryan.
And if it ain't Ryan, it ain't right.
It's in Wikipedia.
There she is. I think for sure I'm gonna have to point it down, but we're gonna go fit it up on the bike and see.
Point it down, they can't see it in the strip club.
I think I'm gonna have to cut this bracket in here, but we'll see. We'll see if it clears. I'm gonna plug the headlight in if I can do that with one hand. Yeah, there it is. Yep. This headlight doesn't fit in this fairing. This is the fairing bracket. I'm gonna just cut to the line down, just pretty much cut the face of this guy off because it's hitting here and here, as you can see. So I'm gonna just widen it out. I don't know if you have to do this for the LP6 or what's going on here, but we're running into a lot of modifications needed. And there was no directions. There's a QR code in the box that takes you to like their website, and they have like install videos of like putting the fairing onto a lowrider, but not like putting the fairing onto a fatBob or putting an LP6 or Shark Demon in that fairing. I'm kind of just going off of how I think I'm gonna make it work. Just like that. Just hold her like up against the inner fairing and shit right here. I think that gave us all the room we needed. It didn't really come like ready to put that light in at all.
No, well, I wonder if it was fitted strictly for the Baja, since that was the only thing on the market at the time.
Yeah, but the Baja is wider and fatter than this guy.
Oh, that is true. The cooling fins on the Baja are a lot smaller, though, I think.
Are they? Like when it comes to the back of it? She's in. The light is in the fairing. The fairing is around the light. It was kind of a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. The fairing fits together like very nice, and you put it on, mock it up, all the holes line up, so that's super nice.
Weird.
We're back. It might be a little shaky now because the gimbal died and June's holding it like super weird. But that was a pain in the ass. I don't know if that light bracket is for the LP6 or the Shark Demon, or if they just put it in there and said, here, figure it the out, because that's kind of what it seemed like it was. But it's in. By no means was this an install video. I'm sure I didn't do everything right, but you know, I'm just kind of figuring it out and you guys are watching me, so it's kind of nerve-wracking with you guys watching me. But yeah, it's in. I'm gonna put the windshield back on, which we have windshields coming from Clockworks. Shout out to Shelton and Lakin over at Clockworks. They sent a windshield out for the Street Glide and a windshield out for my ST. I'm getting a yellow 8-inch flare. Ryan's getting a 8-inch ice blue. It's gonna be sick. I'm stoked for that. So thank you, Clockworks. Thank you, Lakin. Thank you, Shelton. You guys are the shit. And Ryan still needs to come back and finish the bag bracket for the back, but I don't know if that's gonna happen today, so we'll see. We're back. It's the end of the day. It's the end of the day for us. We're going to Mexico tomorrow for the Rocky Point Rally. We got that side all done. That bracket's in the powder coat pile up front for powder coat. We have the first bend in this bracket, so we've got where it needs to go. It just needs to move over and shorten it a little bit. We need to shorten it. So we got to shorten it about an inch, maybe 1.5 inches, and then we need to move it over about 1/2 inch, which we will do that first thing next week when we get back. But the headlight is in, fairing's back on, which I'm going to have to pull the outer fairing to put the lowers in and run the blinker lights and all that. We'll cover that when we put the lowers back on. And most of my motor stuff is here. I'm waiting on throttle body from HPI. I sent my throttle body in the beginning of this week. So once I get that back, we'll be able to put the motor back together with a bunch of other goodies from like Trask, Santoro, fueling, speedwell supply for the bags, Saddleman seats, not on here right now, Advan black for the fairing and lowers, Archetype for the risers, Pro One for the mirrors, and dope tubes. They don't make tubes for the fatBob yet, but they make all other fork suspension tubes, and they're sick. Everything you see and I just talked about is available on our website, www.KruesiOriginals.com. Every $5 you spend enters you in a chance to win a custom motorcycle built by us. Right now it's the Stunt Tail. And we're going to have merch dropping on Friday, which it'll probably be way before this video comes out, but new merch coming soon.